Okay, so welcome to today's session. So today's session, the question is, what is the coronavirus situation now? Okay, so first of all, we get the strength card. So basically, it's going on strong. This is throughout the world. And in terms of the coronavirus situation, we're all strong. We're heading towards a good outcome. So what happened is that the lockdown is going to be lifted. This is what we get from this card here. Now, when it is lifted, this is the energy here. The energy is that there is still a lot of information coming out regarding this coronavirus, and there is a lot of confusion. So there is all kinds of messages coming out. We don't know what is truth and what is untruth, and a lot of us are confused by it. At the same time, what happened is that a lot of people are refusing to, embrace a wider viewpoint or embrace other people's opinions. They seem to hold on very tightly to their opinions. However, there is coming to a situation where the people here would be released from this lockdown. Okay, so then the next stage is what happens after the lockdown. Apparently what I see is the outlook for the whole world after the lockdown is lifted generally is where you form a lot of alliances or partnerships. So you have maybe a small startup and they are partnering up with a bigger company, that kind of thing. There's going to be a lot of competition here. There's going to be a lot of competition. So what I'm seeing is that there is going to be a new scenario how the economy will move forward. So once again, in terms of the whole coronavirus situation for the whole world, is that the whole world, humanity especially, it is going on strong. There will come a time when the lockdown is removed, and in the time being, people are being confused. There's a lot of conflicting information here, and some people refuse to see, and they prefer to hold on to their own opinion or to their own viewpoints. Now, after the lockdown is lifted, then I asked about what's the scenario in terms of the world economy, and it seems that there will be a lot of partnerships between an upstart, that means a smaller company, and together with a bigger company or a more established company, and there will be a lot of competition. So in that sense, it seems like it's a good thing here because there's going to be new ways of doing business. Okay, so the other outcome to this is that there will be some people who are going to suffer from this, after the MCO is lifted, there will be, or the lockdown is lifted, there will be some areas or pockets of the society where they have been doing business, especially, they are going to mourn their losses, and they're going to be counting their losses. Especially what kind of people are these people? Is these people who were previously, they're very wealthy, and this is shown by this card here. So basically, it's like they are mourning their losses because this lockdown is not easy for them. So as you can see here, this is where they actually suffer a lot of losses. Yeah, but then this is the 9 of Wands, so what it means is that this is towards the end. I mean, when it comes to suffering, this is the most that they can endure, and after that, it can only go up from here. So they are mourning their losses, and so these people are generally let's say, those who were self-employed or did their own business where they were doing very well previously before the lockdown. Okay, then after that, it seems like this cycle there seems to be a change in the way the economy is going to move forward. There's going to be a change in the way the whole planet is going to trade. Okay, so there seems to be an end of one cycle and the beginning of next. So this death card here shows a transformation card, and what it means is that this is the king here, and the king is like, you know, he's dead already, so it's like there's going to be a new king, okay, up in the horizon. In other words, there's going to be a new way of doing things, okay. And what I get is that it's not going to be dominated by a few anymore, but instead, because you can see here the death of the king, what happened is that there's going to be a transformation in the way society conducts itself in terms of economic trade. And this is where the power here is going to go to the individuals. So here you can see in this King of Cups, what happened is that trade is still going to be carried on. And the King of Cups here, he is there yes, he comes up with the procedures and the policies, but these procedures and the policies will be there because of what the people ask for. So basically the people here, the trade and the trading here, or the business society here, it will flourish and there will be an abundance of trade. And the King of Cups here, what it signifies is that this one will be truly be elected by the people in order to govern the trade policies or the trade of the economy, so that it can be carried out smoothly. So it will be a stable force, and at the same time there will be a lot of transparency, as can be seen by these cards. So here you have the guy here putting up the pentacles on the wall for everybody to see. So going forward is like there is the end of the current cycle, and we're going to move on to the new cycle, and this is shown by the transformation or the death card, whereby the current way of doing business, where it is controlled by a few powerful beings, it is no longer there. I mean, a few powerful families or a few powerful individuals is no longer there. So what happened is that so what comes up after this seems to be a brighter future, a brighter prospect, and there is an indication that trade is going to be very strong and is going to be very just, and there's going to be abundance of trade, but where you still need to have the authority figure here. But this authority figure, it is going to be for the people to, and they are here to monitor the situation so that trade can flow smoothly. And at the same time here, there is going to be transparency as well, where whatever rules or regulations, it is put up so that everybody knows what's happening. So this is the oracle cards that I have pulled out. So what it means is that we are in a period where we are sleeping, but we are about to be awakened. So you have these four hands here that is waking us up. Now there are two options here. We can either become awake or we can continue sleeping. But if we continue sleeping, there is so much that we can sleep after. Eventually we will still need to wake up, which is shown by the falling numbers. Okay, so basically how many numbers can fall before you wake up. So if you do sleep, it's going to be very uncomfortable, okay, but however, if you awake to the situation, then there is a lot of opportunities for you. You are going to find out your true abilities, you're going to find out what you're really capable of, and you are going to find out that there is a lot of opportunities for you. So right now we're at the sleeping stage and we are about to awaken. So all this yes, the coronavirus has claimed some lives, but at the same time it is changing some of our mindset, maybe not completely, but at least we start to think, we start to wonder about what are the possibilities, and it's this wonder that kind of like propels us to think about the bigger things. Now, of course, not everybody is going to embrace this change. Okay, not everybody is going to embrace this change. There will be some people who don't want to get out of this situation, or don't want to get out of their comfortable paradigm or mindset. But if you do choose to wake up, then what happens is that a lot of opportunities will be opened up to you. You will see a whole new world, and you will, at the most very importantly, you will see what are your potential. So once again, is that this whole event here has really strengthened us, and when it is lifted, or if it is not lifted, but of course it will be lifted, what happened is that we are open up to a whole new world, and where we can where we will experience freedom. But the thing is, not everybody will be open to new opportunities. There are some people who will still hold tight to their beliefs, and there are some people who are very confused with all kinds of information. So that's what we were seeing at this point in time, the situation. So you have some people who are holding on tight to their beliefs, and then there are those where, we get very confused because of all kinds of information that come here. Now, there is untruth and all that, so it can be quite confusing. But going forward, what happened is that I see the way trade is, you have some smaller individuals or smaller businesses which is partnering with more established businesses, and at the same time is that there is going to be a lot of competition. So it's good in that sense, because with a lot of competition there is no one who is dominating the market. So if you dominate the market, then you can kind of like control others. So we don't have that situation. So in that sense, it is good. So here, once again, we have this this person who is holding on tight to his pentacles. So it goes back to the oracle cards, okay, where you don't want to get out of your slumber. So once again, there will be some losses, okay, because this is the lockdown. It's not easy. There will be some losses. So some people will experience losses, and especially those who are business people, where they have previously, before this coronavirus, were actually doing very well. And now that they have made losses, so in that sense, they have to rebuild their businesses. Okay, but this is the end of the cycle, okay, and it is destined to be, and this is there's going to be a transformation, and the transformation, it seems that there will be a transformation from a society which is ruled by a few to something which will give us more hope. And the hope is that the power here is going to the individuals. So what I see here in terms of trade is that there will be a lot of trade going on. It's going to be very fluid, and at the same time there is going to be transparency. Okay, transparency for everybody. So once again, if you can, we're at this stage where we're about to be awakened. Maybe there is this inner awakening, and if you can choose to sleep, okay, but eventually you will still need to wake up. And when you do, what happened is that you will find out that there is a lot more opportunities, and you will actually find out there's a lot of potential in you. Okay, that's it. Thank you.